Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Daniel Cross, and today I have a little bit more COD4 gameplay. A little bit of messy hardscopes because I'm just not used to this game overall, but it's nice to come back to it. In all honesty, to be able to do fairly well playing on COD4 after having playing it for like 3 or 4 years. It's just a nice relaxing game, and it's a nice break from other games in general. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Advanced Warfare and game modes. More particularly, I really want to talk to you guys about game modes I want to see in Advanced Warfare. And my main one, in all honesty, I bet you guys can probably guess, besides free-for-all, it's gotta be some objective-based game modes, and primarily I'm thinking war. Now, normally this is brought up because it's a Treyarch game mode with World at War. And that game mode really changed the pace for how Call of Duty was played, or at least how I played it. It made the game a lot more exciting for me because as an objective-based player, in a sense of actually controlling the map, it really changed how people played. It literally caused people to go, hey, you know what, I should probably get on this objective, and there is really nothing like having 6 people piled up on a flag trying to cap it against the other team, calling in artillery to kind of take the other players out, and it's kind of a buzzkill to not have it in any other Call of Duty so far. We didn't get it in Black Ops 2, we didn't get it in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, 2, whatever, any of those, unfortunately. We didn't even get it in Ghosts, and if I remember correctly, Ghost had the largest scaled maps in terms of Call of Duty lately. And they probably could have got away with it, but a lot of the maps really aren't laid out for it. But when you look back and you go, hey, you know, World at War kind of did it, and they had some pretty decent sized 2 small maps, and it worked out fairly well for them. If you don't have 5 flags, you just add 3. So there are ways to do it. The only downside is my assumption. Usually when I talk about game modes, when we talk about drop zone or anything that's similar to that, that's only related to a certain studio. Let's say if it's Infinity Ward's game or if it's Treyarch's game, more than likely they might have the rights to that. I'm not 100% sure how game modes work, but sometimes I guess they just don't want to feel like they want to copy another person's game mode, so they might stay away from it. But in general, I just want some competitive game modes. Drop Zone was fantastic. I think Drop Zone was great because people actually cared about their kill streaks, and they actually cared originally to kind of move over to the drop zone and actually grab those packages. Same thing with war. People wanted to get onto the flags, get those points, get people to the last flag, and you literally would just kind of destroy the other team. It changes the map so well, and it just punishes them. And that's something that I want to see in some type of competitive game mode. Something that rewards players for actually completing the objective. Drop Zone did a good job of that, you know, by giving people kill streaks, and we can argue about kill streaks, but you get kill streaks and points for being on that DZ, so it was pretty smart at the time. I just know that one of the biggest issues that we have with introducing new game modes is players sometimes tend to split too much. And if you introduce too many game modes, you're going to kind of have the player base kind of spread too thin, and that can have issues because a lot of the time, you know, it's going to have bad connections because not a lot of people are going to be able to connect in to have a decent host, depending on how the game is actually hosted, unless it's dedicated servers or whatever. That's a whole nother topic on its own. But I really want to see a couple competitive game modes that people actually try to play objectively, because I think that's something that Call of Duty is kind of lacking in general right now. But I think War would be a really good introduction if Treyarch kind of signs off on that to bring it over to Sledgehammer Games. I have no idea if that's something that's possible or if they will do it. They could make their own type of King of the Hill game mode, you know, something similar that involves flags and pushing throughout the map, but that's one of the few things that I really want to see is some return of some actually really great game modes, or something that's highly competitive that causes players to actually play for that objective and get those points. There's a lot of things that we can talk about in terms of mechanics to actually, you know, if you cap a flag or if you're helping cap a flag, I really think that reward system is important, and hopefully we'll have that in Advanced Warfare. Anyway, guys, leave your comments down below on what game modes you would like to see in Advanced Warfare, and I will see you guys soon in another video. As always, take care.